Hello everybody, my name is McCoy. I'm a top 55 Uravity player, top 55 ace player in general. And I just wanted to make a little guide here on Uravity. As for, even though there's many guides out there, I feel like there is way more niche things that we can be nitpicking out there, while also trying to explain her at a more complex level. I'll try to do that as best as I can. So the first thing that I have to get out of the way with Gravity is that a lot of people play her as a frontliner, which, yes, with your beta ability, is not that bad, but it is very important to note that if any CC hits Ochaco, she is a very squishy character and can be eliminated almost instantaneously by almost the entire cast. Alright, a Todoroki freeze will one-shot her. A Shigaraki grab can one-shot her. And even another Uravity float can one-shot her. If she gets called out, she's very easy to TOD. So, I just wanted to point that out since there is a lot of people that just go in there and just mindlessly just spin around, and it's very easy to stun someone that's just spinning around, you know? You're very telegraphed. Now, Ochaco is a very mobile character. In my opinion, she's one of the most mobile characters if her grapple actually worked correctly. And I think that she outdoes Froppy in mobility. She outdoes Ida in mobility. She outdoes the entire cast of My Hero Ultra Rumble in mobility right now. She is the most mobile character, and that's all because of float. I want to talk about float first because float is a very strange topic to talk about because it's a very niche special action. All it does is give you lower gravity, so you just jump higher and you land lower and slower. And I don't think people understand how harmful this ability can be. And I'll give an example right here. Let me just get over to the dome. If I do this, and now I'm stuck up here, I am a very easy target to shoot out of the sky. Like, let's say you don't make it up there, right? Let's say you hit this, and you're just falling. Any Bakugo or Todoroki player will shred you out of the sky. Hell, even Deku can shred you out of the sky, charge shot you out of the sky. So float is a very situational ability, and I feel like float is used best when you're trying to get away, like so. Like horizontally, float is a way better horizontal mechanic than vertical mechanic, in my opinion. Now, I do think that there is ways you can use float better vertically, but that's sacrificing two abilities. From what I've noticed is if you do this and you're stuck here, you just beta and you can move horizontally, right? Always. You can just always horizontally move like this if you really need to. But using a beta like that, you're using a lot of damage output like that. So I feel like Ochaco players need to know that your float ability should be used horizontally and not vertically, because this is a death sentence. One, you're exposing yourself to anyone out here. What if a deck is just looking over here, sees you, and then just charge shots you midair, and then you fall all the way back down to whoever you're trying to run away from? That's not that's not something you want to see happen to you. It's happened to me countless of times. It's not very fun, I can tell you. And you just want to use it more horizontally. That's all you gotta do. Horizontal movement, way better. Alright, so on to the next thing I want to talk about is her alpha in general. Her alpha, honestly, it does a pretty decent amount of damage. 54, level 1 on 2 assault characters. Not bad, not great. Obviously she's not a damage dealer though, so for a non-damage dealer, it's really not that bad. 54. It's a ranged ability. And if you jump before you do it, it pulls you to the slum, which is great. Very much like Froppy in that situation. Now, I do think that you should sparingly use this on people. You should only be using this if you know it's gonna kill someone, or they're 2 shots from dying. One of my rule of thumbs with the grapple is to never use more than 2 at a time, because if you can see the bar on the right, it reloads way faster when there's one in the chamber. Look at that reload time. That was way faster than if I were to use all 3 shots. Look at that reload time. It is a much greater reload time, and that's because it's reloading all 3 at the same time before it gives you any grapples at all. It doesn't reload 1 at a time after you use 3. It's gonna reload all 3 and you can't use it at all. And now you're a sitting duck. Very vulnerable character. And you're just a sitting duck waiting to be killed. So, it's kind of like playing Tracer from Overwatch. You always want to have 1 blink left for an emergency purpose. So, if I go in on Mount Lady here, right? And I'm fighting her, right? And then I just get blown up by Kirishima over there on my right. I just used 2 grapples on Mount Lady, right? I just dropped on the floor here. I can just jump and get out. Both of those characters are not going to be able to get me for a very long time. So I can just wait my reload time, just keep running, wait my reload time, go up here instead. And now they can't get me. I mean, I'm safe to heal, I'm safe to reposition, maybe get out, maybe your team doesn't want to take the fight anymore. Who knows? But at least you're out. You always want to have 1 in the chamber, and plus, if you're fighting someone after using 2, depending on how long it takes, you already have 2 back. So it's even better that way. So, always try to have 1 grapple with you, just for emergency purposes. It's way better, and it's just a way safer way to play Ochaco. And only use that emergency on someone if you know for sure you have enough time to reload your shots after. But you have to be like 100% sure. Because I'm telling you, the amount of times I died to a Todoroki freeze right after I use all 3 shots is not fun. Alright, next thing on the list would be her beta. So, her beta has not much to it. You know, you kind of just spin into someone and do 4 iterations of damage before you knock them down, and they get immunity frames. Now, if you ever watch me on my streams, you'll see that I usually like using this from afar, because it's an instant, like, CC move. So if there's like a Froppy running away from me, right, I can just throw it like that, and like hit her, and then she gets knocked down, and it gives me enough time to catch up to her. Now, I do like using it in my combos, and I'll get more into that later. But beta is gonna be your bread and butter, damage-wise. You're just gonna be doing this all day, basically. That's the most annoying ability she has, and you probably all know she can stun lock you into never being able to get up. So I'll talk more about the beta when we get into combos, because it's more important when you get into combos. Now, Gamma is a very interesting ability in my opinion. I love this ability because, as you guys heard, you know, I love using the grapple with float horizontally. So sometimes you overtake some stuff, right? So like if I want to go up here, and there's like a chest right here or something, and I just jumped over it, or my teammate's card is right there and I just jumped over it, right? A way you can use your Gamma is to stop your momentum. Instantly stop your momentum. And you can use both of the gammas for this. You can use the cast and the recast to stop your momentum. But just like it can stop your momentum, it can stop you from doing everything. So if I were to gamma like this, these animations are long enough to get you killed. If you do not play your gamma right, you can get killed in the animation. Usually, if you gamma, you want to have something to hide the gamma. Whether it's a bush or a tree. If there's someone right here, and I'm fighting them, way harder to shoot me through a tree if I do that, you know? So like, if I'm fighting someone that's right there, and I want to gamma them, just... Well, that was a very bad example of that, but you want to be behind the tree before you gamma anything. Or you want to be behind cover before you gamma anything. And there's always ways to do this. Now, I will say it's not perfect, and you can't always get perfectly behind cover, but any cover is better than no cover. As long as your body is not showing 100%, it'll make it a much harder target for you. And it'll make it a much harder target for them, actually, sorry. But it's just way smarter to, even if it's just a bush, yes, they can shoot you in a bush, but they can't really see you. And if they're shooting you, that's a free gamma, right? So you can gamma and then follow up with a grapple in and then just start fighting them, because now they're in a float. They're in your territory now. So that's how I like using gamma. I also like using gamma on unsuspecting targets, obviously. I love using gamma as an airstrike, like so, like I just showed you just now. Because if you're going this fast and you just gamma like that, way harder to hit you, because the momentum stop. If people have good tracking, they won't be able to aim at you before they get floated into the air. And then you can, like I said, grapple towards them and just start fighting them. Now, other ways you can use gamma. Like I said, gamma's a very cool niche ability. So, you can use it as a trap. It does stay in the air. So, you use it as a trap, you see someone coming in, drop it on them, they get hit. It stays in the air for a very long time. I don't know the exact seconds. I'll probably leave that in the comments and find it out later. But, so let's say your teammate is healing here, right? And you see that we're in a fight, you know, and so you can put your float here and it'll stay up. And if you see anyone, you know, you're with your teammate playing back up, you know, holding the doors, and if you see anyone coming in through this way, drop that on them. Boom. It's a very good defensive trap as well as an offensive CC ability. Always do note that your gamma does more damage when it comes back down than when it goes back up. So 45, 54. So you would rather hit your secondary than your primary gamma. Alright, now moving on to combos. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure most people that are watching this probably came in here for the combos. So when it comes to combos in general, just on every character, I used to play Deku before I went to Ochaco, and I searched up combos on him because I just wanted to see like how this game works with combos. I've noticed that these combos are not very optimal, and these combos are really hard to pull off because a lot of combos require you to be up close for the first melee shot, right? Now meleeing is very good because it stuns them for a while, and so you have a lot of time to react. But one thing that I've learned, and I've learned this from someone else, is that jump meleeing is your best friend when it comes to combos. Especially on Ochaco. Ochaco has some amazing mix-ups. She's the only rapid character with crazy mix-ups. The only other one is Ida, But I mean melee wise. Her melee mix-ups are so great. So, the first combo is gonna be just the most basic combo that you can ever do. Now, this is not optimal because I'm pretty sure they can jump stun out of it. So they can just jump out of it, but it's gonna be melee, follow them with beta. That gives you 4 iterations of damage. Very basic combo, and it knocks them. Stuns them. So, beta. You just gotta make sure you follow them with the beta. Technically, if you just hold beta down, it won't work. You have to follow them a bit. So make sure you're holding W when you press your beta button. Because if not, you won't be able to catch them up to them. And like I said, very, very basic combo. I would not recommend to use that in a game. You're probably 9 out of 10 chances you're probably not going to land that one. One way to make sure it lands is to put a jump melee into it. Now, jump melees are really hard to time, in my opinion. It took me a while to time them. So, go into a training range and practice it. Trust me, I know. Who wants to use a training range? It's cringe, it's stupid, it takes much time. I just want to play a game. I get it, but knowing that you're in here, you want to get better at Ochaco, just hit the training range. But moving on, this combo is melee, jump melee, beta. Melee, jump melee, beta. Very, very, very easy combo to pull off once you can time the jump melee. And they can't get out of it. It is undodgeable. They can't, once they get hit by the first one, it's undodgeable. Very, very undodgeable actually. So melee, jump melee, beta. And like I said earlier, if I said it earlier, I'm gonna make a Google Docs with all the links to clips to the combos. So you don't have to worry about learning them right now. You can go in the comment section and get the Google Docs of the clips, alright? Alright, so going back to combos. The rest of the combos are not going to be melees. These are going to be more optimal combos that you can use whenever and honestly in any situation. So, one thing I love to do as Ochaco with combos is using the grapple. Yeah, I know, right? I just being a big giant hypocrite by saying don't ever use your grapple to hit people. But with this combo, you do want to kind of hit them. At least try to get towards them. So you can hit the floor in front of them, right here. But you want to hit their legs most of the time. So you jump, hit their legs, jump melee, beta, and then release beta behind them. Now if you're on console, I am so sorry for you. I do not think you can pull that one off. But if you're on console, try to jump melee and then just turn around and hit them with the rest of the combo. The rest of the beta. Now, if you're on PC though, I need you guys to start hitting your 180s. Start hitting the aim labs. Because this is a really good combo when you're just trying to get movement around. When you play against Todoroki, this is probably your best combo to fight him with. Just jump melee, beta, and then you just kind of run away. Make sure he doesn't try to ice you or anything. Very good combo, very useful, and very undodgeable once you hit the jump melee. So you want to jump, alpha, then melee while you're in the air. Make sure that you're close enough so that the melee hits them. Then beta instantly so that one of the iterations of beta hits them, and then turn around to hit the second beta, the release beta. Like I said, I'll have a video in a Google Docs so you guys can see it better. And these are all level 1 combos, by the way. You can do this level 1. Now, speaking about that grapple kick, if you're gonna grapple to someone anyways, throw a kick in there every single time. I don't care if you miss it, just throw a kick in there. It's literally no, if you miss, kick. Even if you miss the kick, the momentum itself will propel you towards them. So let's say I missed the kick, right? I miss, right? The grapple completely. Like, let's say they dodge to the right and I'm going this way. Just kick, and the auto lock on will lock onto the character, like so. Because if you were to do that, it just goes forward. But since there's a character there, the game wants to hit them. See? It makes me go at a 90-degree angle. So just kick every single time after. And even if you miss, you can beta. Even if you miss. So like, kick. Oh, well, that was way too far. But if I go like this and then kick, it propels me close enough to that I can like just beta her instantly. Alright. On to the next combo. These are all gonna start with Gamma. Now, the first one, most basic one. Right here. Float. Punch. Defloat. I did it way too slow there, but it's gonna be way faster. Give me a second. So it's gonna be float, punch, defloat. Very simple combo. Very simple. And it does a lot of damage. But just float, punch, defloat. So gamma, alpha, gamma. Gamma, alpha, gamma. Undodgeable once it hits. Now, the best combo that Uraraka has, the most damaging one, is definitely gonna be the gamma beta. Now, you could be pretty far. If it, like, this distance is fine. So you float them and then kind of beta them, but like you gotta make sure you're close enough to that like you actually hit them. So if I were you guys, right, if you float them, try to hit like at an angle, like an angle upwards, so that you can follow them in the air and then just beta them out of the air. It does a ton of damage. A ton of damage. Very good. And it's an instant like 4 hits of beta. That's literally what you want. So, oh, okay, I forgot one more melee combo. This melee combo is probably the best one. Let me just move her so you guys can see. This melee combo is probably the best one. It does the most damage and it's really easy to hit. Melee, 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 alpha. Super easy to hit. Please do keep in mind, I have 2 assault classes on our team. If I were to change it, yeah, that's fine. I don't know why I picked him, but if I were to change it to like this, does way more damage. So mostly the ones you're gonna actually use in game are gonna be the grapple, kick, beta, second beta, and just the grapple kick. Grapple kick, very good. Really, really good. The gamma one is also really great. That one you can use in game. If you ever do get in the situation where you can hit a melee, this one's really good. The 3 melees into an alpha. But for the most part, that's really it. I think I have one more thing to show you on Gamma. And that is that your Gamma is very lenient on where you can aim it. Do not be afraid. If you know someone just grappled up here and you're chasing him, just send it. Very, very amazing ability that is. You can be on low ground, and let's say you know this deku just whipped up here, so just boom. Let's say you know someone's climbing up there, you boom, and then drop it. It's just so useful to be able to hit height with this ability. Very, very good. So, one of the most important things about Gravity is being adaptive. Every team is different. If you know the team has a lot of characters like this, which I'll show you in the later part of the video. Maybe even earlier. I don't know how I'm ordering this video. But so let's say you have a Mount Lady, a Kirishima, and a Kendo, right? Mount Lady goes big. Literally all you have to do is spin and you can take her. You can literally break her out of her special action. With Kendo, she has her shield up, you Gamma her. And with Kirishima, if he's hardened, same exact thing. You Gamma him. If Kirishima is hardened, it doesn't matter. The Gamma will still hit him. Same thing with Momo. If there's a Momo and she's doing the shield bash, you just Gamma her. Very telegraphed attack too. Very easy to hit her with Gamma. All of these characters are easy to hit with Gamma. So she's shielded, you Gamma her. Now I will say the thing about Momo when you Gamma her is that if she does get hurt by the uprising of the Gamma, but when you drop it back down on her, she won't get hurt from that. She'll still have the invincibility of the shield, which I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know what really it is, because the first part does hurt but the second part doesn't. But for now, that's all I can really think of. I will be updating posts on the comment section. I'm gonna make a Google Docs with all the melees, melee combos, all the combos in general, and any combos I do find in the future I will post in the comment section of this video. It will be easily accessible to everyone. Do bear with me at the beginning though. I am very new to this type of style of video. I just thought, hey, I'm pretty good at this game. I'm really good at Ochaco, so let me try it out. Anyways, yeah. I hope you guys can catch me on the stream one day. I do love streaming. Streaming is every day. I'm way more comfortable streaming than making videos. Most of my videos will probably either be gameplays from my stream or to montages from clips of my stream. I try to stream every day, and I usually stream from 10 AM to 2 AM. So, thank you everybody for watching the video, and I hope to see more Ochacos out there, and I hope to get destroyed by my own combos. And I really do hope to see what the Ochaco community in this game can cook up. And as I know she's broken right now, I really hope that they fix her. So thank you all for watching. Peace, guys.